hopefully this will be short and sweet. We'll take you through a little bit of the history of the campaign and, more importantly, the future and the direction that hopefully we're going to take the club. Today, really, for us as members of the Stirling Albion Supporters Trust and as fans, it's all about thinking differently. And as Graham alluded to, we think this is a different radical approach to ownership and management of football in Scotland and potentially in other parts of the world too. The campaign started, as you probably well are aware, way back on the 6th of May 2009, and we've generated a lot of coverage, a lot of interest, and it's been difficult at times, obviously a long journey, full of different things that make it hard to get us to this point, but we've made it. Obviously fighting the recession, there has been, as you all are aware, pretty much long-term apathy for the club over many, many years. Very much a low commercial awareness in terms of its infrastructure into the community and also into the business community in Stirling. And we also had Peter Mackenzie, who had invested a massive amount of money in this club over the years, which will always be grateful for his input, because he pretty much himself kept this club afloat. And obviously, as part of that whole rationale for us, was he needed to get some sort of return on his investment, which also made the campaign have a focus. The campaign, as probably most of you know, was almost derailed twice by other bids coming in, and but fortunately for the club, with the on-field success that the guys managed to achieve last year, we're obviously at a point where today we're happy to announce that the Stirling Albion Supporters Trust will now have full control of the club. From today, we believe it's a new landscape Scottish football. There's a new management team on the park, and a new unique management team off the park as well, supporting that. So just a little bit of our structure, and this is really the total integration of our football community that is the new Stirling Albion. There's an exec board that we have appointed, who are all trust members. There's a management team who will work with that trust board, and that's obviously open to all trust members to be involved. That management team might, if there's 15 people want to get involved in helping sponsorship marketing, there'll be 15 in it. If there's 20, there's 20. If there's 2, there's 2. But it will follow the standard business principles. There'll be people helping in finance, people helping in marketing, people helping in sales, and so on and so forth. And then there's the rest of our members, of which there's over 2,000 and growing. We've actually had members join today as well, who can all join the management team, and have obviously can all in due process be elected onto the board. So it's a seamless structure, both ins and outs. And I'm delighted to say that John and Roddy have backed our plans that the team in the park will all become trust members as well. So you've got a unique situation already where the players are actually integrated completely into the platform that we're creating. And goodness knows, the left back or the inside forward after me shouting them might be interested in getting me the sack, so they can go for positions on the board and all sorts of different things. So what does the structure mean? Well, basically it means that the fans run the team, fans run the business, fans integrate the club into the community, fans make the decisions, fans engage with local businesses, and as we said, the fans, because they're all trust members, are actually on the park now as well. So it's a different structure and it's unique, and undoubtedly there'll be bits that work and bits that don't work, but we want to make it seamless as possible and have a unique proposition that will enhance where the club goes. Our starting point is the commercial side of things, and our whole rationale is to make sure the commercials stack up so that we do our job properly, so that John and Roddy have the funds available to take the club forward. It can't be a position that many other clubs who have invested on the park but don't have the financial infrastructure behind it to make it work. In year one, we believe we can increase the commercial revenue 100% for Stirling Albion. We're looking to have financial stability really within 3 years, and the big challenge for us is to convert as many of the over 2,000 people who have signed up because they believe in our philosophy to come to the ground and to start really following Stirling Albion. So the main vision really is to create a completely different community that's focused on the club, and more than anything, which I believe would be quite unique in football, is total transparency to all our members which is the fans. And this is just a snapshot just of some of the things that we're looking at doing. In the first instance, get the basics right, get a real proper commercial plan. For example, what we're doing with season tickets this year is if you're a Trust member, you get £20 discount off your season tickets. And we're looking to treble the amount of season tickets that Stirling Albion sold from last time round. This morning we announced to our fans a concept called Beano Bonds, which is helping secure the club's future. It's very simple, advanced season ticket with a little bit of hospitality, a name plaque saying that you were first up to the line to help the club. And before we've actually even launched it officially to anybody today, nobody's seen it. We've had 12 people contact us to say that they'll put the £1,000 in, so we're £12,000 pounds further forward than what we were a few hours ago. Another concept that we've talked to John and Roddy about is Think You're Good Enough. We launched this as a concept when we actually started the campaign. The rationale behind it is very simple. We have a football club, we have a new management team, we have coaching staff, we have a park, and basically, so if you think you're good enough, come and train with us for a week, and if you are good enough, we'll sign you. But for the privilege of doing that, it's going to cost you £225. And there's great examples even at the club where there's players who we've taken on who've come from amateur ranks and gone on now to the Premier League. For example, Andy Graham has come from that route. We think there's lots of players out there who would like that chance, and even to have it on their CV to say, well, I trained with Stirling Albion. Memberships we mentioned, we still think it's a very compelling proposition, and there's people from all around the world who we think would be interested in having a share, inverted commas, in this whole concept, and we're actively going to be pursuing more members. So we have another 11 months of the £40 share offer, where hopefully again will generate more funds into the club. Spot the Ball, some of you might know, we launched a few weeks back. It was difficult to do because we couldn't have the glamour of all you chaps here from the press to tell about it. But basically it's an opportunity, it's an old concept that most of the newspaper people will know about, and we've redeveloped it and put it online. We launched a couple of weeks ago a new combined trust and campaign website, and this is a great place for all the fans to integrate and to talk and to keep the whole community going, and because we do believe it's a community, not just those 2,000 but the wider Stirling community too. Coming soon, you'll not be surprised to hear, with all the ups and downs and the ins and outs that we have, that it's a perfect Christmas present for all you folk that are interested in football. There'll be a book called Stirling Albion, which will be around about Christmas time. Also coming up soon, not sure all of you will know this, but probably Stirling's most famous son is Billy Bremner. He was a huge Stirling Albion fan. He was a ball boy here, and for I think it was about 16 or 17 years, every summer he took players, young boys from Stirling Albion down to Leeds United when he was in charge there. The love of his life, apart from Leeds United, was Stirling Albion. So we're going to have an honour match for, a testimonial dinner, a tribute dinner for Billy later in the year. What we'd also like to do is to engage better with the community. We've got about 15 or 16 different schemes that we're working on to make that happen. One of the first things we'd like to do is to get players hooked up with a different school and act as an ambassador for the club. They'll go and visit the club, do maybe a little bit of coaching, do a PR exercise there, and also invite the whole school to come to a match and just basically integrate them into our whole system. Thereafter, what we're also going to launch this year is a special kids season ticket offer, and probably within about 3 years we'd like all kids to be able to come free. But in the first few years it's all about financial prudence for us. We don't think we can do it right at the start. But it's the start of a process which hopefully will take the kids and bring them into the club. There's going to be other activity around the world's oldest ball. Our whole strategy in this is that we firmly believe, in terms of a wider story and interest from sponsors and brands, that Stirling is the origin of world football, unless anybody else can carve and date a ball beyond 1560. We have a ball, we've got several big international brands interested in this ball. It's not ours to have, but certainly Stirling as a community owns the ball, inverted commas. So we're looking out for doing some stuff with that in the coming months. Some of it really groundbreaking and innovative. So you'll hear more about that from us next time we actually come and talk to us, listen to us.